I don't think we appreciate and acknowledge very often how Black queerness is a very unique, different experience to just queerness in general, right?
Hello, my name's Kay Anderson, and you are listening to Lost Spaces, the podcast that mourns the death of queer nightlife. Every episode, I talk to a different person about a venue from their past, the memories that they created there, and the people that they used to know. Now, you might want to sit down or take a deep breath or take several deep breaths before I tell you what it is I'm about to tell you. But it's possible, just maybe, I have managed to find someone who is racked with more self-doubt than me. Now, I know that's hard to believe, and I'm sorry if I've just made you spit out your coffee or swerve dangerously into traffic, but I'm telling the truth. This isn't a lie. And who is this mythical creature, I hear you ask? Well, it is the host of the Winning Side podcast, Jord Hailwood, who joined me to talk about his university days in Oxford and how at that time it was so important for him to have access to his lost space, the Plush Lounge, in order to explore himself and find other queers. Oh, but I should say, just to avoid any confusion, as of 2024, the Plush Lounge is still a thing, still going strong. But when Jord first started university, it was being run in a different space. So it's moved venues in 2019, and we're talking about the old venue today. And in this conversation, I get a bit motherly and paternal, so apologies in advance if that comes across as overbearing and bullying. I'll let you decide. Why don't we get into it?
I feel like this is the first year, I've never said this online, it's interesting. I feel like this is the first year where I'm like really fully like embracing my like inner queer self. I think before I've been very much like catering to the needs and the wants of other people. But then like, I just think, do you know what? I've had to deal with heteronormativity for the last 24 years. So why should I not embrace myself, you know? And because I'm tall and I can bark back, I don't really care now what people say or do.
So I think that's not really quite what I'm asking.
Yeah, no, I keep on wanting.
I understand. No, don't be sorry. Like, I understand the need to code switch and to present different facets of yourself in different settings. What I mean by like having stepped into your queerness is, like, I guess, like the shame never goes away. But had you been like, yeah, this is who I am?
No, I don't think so. No. I wasn't around queer people to my knowledge, so I didn't have anyone that I felt comfortable or safe enough to do so with. So no, I wouldn't say so. I am now as much as I can be, but no, I don't think I was when I was 19, to be honest.
And so then arriving in this new city and being like, there are things that I can do and places I can find out about. Things. Did that thought process go through your mind?
Do you know what? Like, it wasn't my main drive. It was just a hope. I was very conscious of wherever I moved to, the space was going to be better than where I live already. So that was reassurance. But yeah, I slowly was able to find people I could relate to and find spaces that I felt more safer than previously. And yeah, I think it was definitely the debut of the person who I've like fallen in love with today, which is myself, which is kind of cringe, but true.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you're going to say something cringe, you need to really embrace it.
Falling in love with myself, which I love. All day, every day.
And if you were going to write a poem to yourself and how much you love yourself, how would it go?
Do you know, I'm not very good with wordplay, you know. I know I'm a podcaster, but nothing.
Could you do a dirty limerick to yourself?
Not at this current moment. No, I couldn't. Maybe after one too many, but currently no. Could you? Could you do one now?
I couldn't. I'll just I'm not even going to entertain it. But you know, I'm not here saying I love myself. So how am I going to write a poem about loving myself? Now you're looking at me with pity.
Not even. How do you question for you then? What's your relationship like with yourself and your queer self currently? If you don't mind me asking.
Currently, I think that one of the biggest gifts of doing this show is understanding how much my queerness has shaped my life. And I think when I was growing up or when I was in my 20s, there was a lot of this kind of attitude of, oh, yes, I'm gay, but that doesn't define me. Or yes, I'm queer, but I'm also other things. So let's not pay any attention to it. And so I was kind of socialized and encouraged not to think about it very much or not to kind of embrace it. And so it's never been necessarily this huge badge of shame for me. And it's something that I've accepted about myself and I'm quite comfortable with. But I'm now at a point where I'm like, fuck, yeah, it's really shaped who I am and how I see the world. That was a really long answer.
It was beautiful, though. I liked it.
But yeah, just my queerness informs everything that I do, whether I like it or not.
I feel the same. I haven't always felt this way, but I do now, which I think is really empowering and liberating. So,
why do you think it's liberating?
Because I think about my younger self who would never feel that way. Or I think about all the other black queer boys who I've known who wouldn't have also felt that way. So for us to all be in a space where we feel comfortable with ourselves. Because I have to appreciate, right? Even though I'm young, I have younger people that listen to what I do, right? And if I can't embrace myself, how the hell are they going to be able to? Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, no, I think it is liberating. How can it not be?
Yeah, going back to the point you made before about code switching and protecting yourself in certain situations, I think that there are still times when I can't escape that shame or my knee-jerk reaction to situations puts me in a place where I'm protecting myself or stepping away from my queerness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think when our safety is apparent risk, I can appreciate that. But I don't think that kind of withdraws or neglects the empowerment or liberation you have. I think it's just prioritizing your safety. Personally, I don't know whether you feel the same, but I think inevitably, it depends though, because I've got some friends that are proper ruthless, and whether they feel safe or not, they will literally just go mad, and I can respect it, but I'm come on, let's but then maybe I'm just in a position yet where I'm not there yet, but I don't know, as someone who's been very aware of the recent hate crimes in the UK for queer and trans people, I'm just very much because you can be barking at someone and who's to say they don't have something on them? Do you know what I mean? What's the point in us getting hurt because someone doesn't agree with the way in which we choose to live?
Yeah, absolutely. But I think, I don't know, this is why I struggle with a lot of kind of internet culture and these types of concepts of pride and body positivity and all of these kind of shiny things that we should all be aspiring to, because they're sold to us as though once you get there, that's it. You're going to be proud forever, or you're going to be positive about your body forever, rather than these things fluctuate and change. And one day you might feel really strident, and one day you might feel really yeah, man, fuck you. I'm here and I'm queer and you're going to have to just take it. And then other days you will have to sit with your shame and the fact that you didn't speak up.
I think that's okay though. I don't think we can all be a 10 out of 10 all the time. I remember I was on the bus. This was ages ago. I can't remember when it was. There was a guy on the bus who was, I want to say was a gay guy, was very dolled up. He looked great, to be fair. I thought he was very cool. I want to say he's around the same age as me. I'm not even too sure who this guy is, to be fair, but someone who lives nearish to where I live. And there's must have been about 2 or 3 younger boys, like mid to teenage boys, sat in front of him and started like cussing him, like, "Oh, are you gay?" Blah blah blah, and all this crap. And then he's barking back like, "Yeah, but what is it to you? Like, how are you affected?" And in that moment, I don't know, I was having a very bad day, which shouldn't excuse it. And I didn't say anything. I remember feeling so annoyed at myself after. And it was like a full bus of people, but they were all old. And I thought, you know what? I don't F with you lot, but I can, if you were young, I'd be crossing hands. But yeah. And I remember feeling really annoyed at myself in that moment for not saying anything. I felt so guilty afterwards. I was like, for God's sake, why did you not say anything? And then I had this conversation with my mum when I got home. And she was very much like, yeah, but like, come on, like, cut yourself some slack. You're only human. You can't, like I say, you can't be a 10 out of 10 all the time.
Yeah. How did we get here? I think I was just rallying against internet culture, right?
Something like that.
Let's go back. So Oxford, you were in Oxford and you decide you're going to step out onto the scene and do some exploration. Do you decide, or did someone drag you?
I have a friend from uni, a very good friend from uni, who already lived in Oxford, so she was a local. And she said to me, it was Freshers Week, and she was like, "What do you want to do?" I was like, "I want to go to a gay club. I don't want to do anything else. I just want to go to a gay club."
Freshers Week. So, like, how long had you been there then? Like 3 days?
I think it was like, do you know what? It was actually near the end of the week, so I want to say about 5 or 6.
Oh, okay. Oh, you held your...
Yeah, not by choice, though. I would have gone sooner if I could have. So she was kind of pushing for it. It was like, "Oh, come with me." And because I have friends that are very cool and very like whatever, they were very happy to join me. So I guess it's half. My friend pushed me and I pushed like another like 10, 12 people to come with me. So.
Oh, wow. So there was like a whole gang of you that went.
My friend, yeah, I'm very fortunate that my friends are probably the biggest straight allies you would ever meet. Like, to the point that I think they enjoy gay culture and gay clubs more than me. But fine by me.
Well, okay. About 10 of you get together, are heading to this club. Did you choose the club, or did this friend who was the Oxford local choose the club?
My friend suggested it, yeah, and I just kind of went with it. Yeah.
So did you have any preconceived ideas of what the club was? Had you looked online? Did you know anything about it?
I'd never been to a gay club before, so I didn't really know what to expect. But I don't think I did any research really. I just thought, okay, let's just go with it. I heard like stuff from like word of mouth, which was very mixed.
Go on.
So the old Plush is just very, very chaotic. How do I say this without us being PG? I'm trying to think, does anyone in an Oxford organisation follow me? I think they'll understand. Plush is very hit and miss. The old Plush was I loved it, to be honest. I thought it was great. But because the toilets were positioned so far from the dance floor, it was a very... Oh, God. And this has never happened to me. I am not someone who does that, like, ever. I just couldn't. Like, you know when you, like, cringe at the thought? That's me. So I just never partaked, ever. Not that anyone ever asked me, to be fair. I was kind of a bit offended.
Wait, but what are you talking about? The dance floor is far away from the toilet. So yeah. What? So what are you saying?
People are able to find someone they like and subtly move over to the loos. And
what's that got to do with being far away from the dance floor?
I'm not too sure, to be honest. I think I was just trying to paint a picture. Yeah, I don't think it has anything to do with being far from the dance floor.
I thought you were going to tell me that people couldn't hold it in until they got to the toilet, and then there was chaos. Anyway,
that is actually also a thing, to be fair, because the floor was so wide. So that is actually a thing. People are honestly, people on Freshers Week are mad. There's no decorum. There's no second thought. There's no doubts. It's just bing bash or bong bash.
Well, okay, so it had a reputation for people shagging in the toilets, but you didn't know about this on that first night.
No, but I'm really naive and I'm always late to the party. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I never pick up on those things until it's too late. Oh, maybe I'm better now. But okay.
I wish I could say the same.
So let's talk about this later, but let's go back to this first night. So what Tell me the feeling of anticipation in knowing that you're going to this gay bar.
Just, do you know what? Like, primarily just like excitement, just eagerness, and it sounds really basic, but like enthusiasm. I am a severe victim to straight clubs with dead beats, dead music. And like half the time it's not even music, it's just sound. And like I wouldn't say that a lot of like the gay anthems are like my go-to on an everyday, but when I go out and I'm drinking and dancing, I want to be able to actually sing. Do you know what I mean? So I had this like not anticipation, this like pre-consumption that the music would be like quite sing-song. I was just hoping for Ariana Grande. That was my main aim for the evening, Ariana Grande.
Any song specifically or?
Problem.
Okay. Oh, okay. You're one of them.
This is an Ariana Grande stan account. Talk bad and I have to leave.
Oh, really?
Yeah, to be fair, I'm that invested. I don't feel the way about anyone else. Just Ariana Grande.
So this feeling of anticipation. So you were just like, yeah, I want to dance. It's going to be exciting.
Mm-hmm.
And so you weren't like, I might meet someone and I might snog them on the dance floor.
No, I'm not that person. I will never kiss anyone in I'm not PDA. I'm not a PDA babe. I never have been and never will. That would never
okay, all right,
ever
happen. So dial back slightly. So you weren't like, I'm going to meet someone.
No. I have a resting bitch face.
Okay, cool, brilliant. But like you can still have this thought of like, oh, maybe I'll meet someone, surely.
I wish I could say yes, but like honestly, no. Like that's not my thing. I'm just like, I probably feel that way more now than I did when I was 19, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's because I go to like clubs where the people are more catered to what I like.
Oh, I'm asking follow-up questions about that later. So then what was appealing about going to a gay bar? Like, why did you want to do it?
I feel like because I was quite inexperienced in the culture, I saw this as my gateway. That was my thing.
But not to meet people, just to be exposed to the culture.
I'm quite shy and somewhat unapproachable. So in my insecure little 19-year-old head, I just think, well, no one's going to come up to me. So why should I be focusing on that? So I just kind of like...
Interesting.
I just kind of like go and have fun with my friends, and that's my main thing. And that still is my main thing. But obviously now like I have the balls to talk back to someone and smile. So it's never really been my main thing to like go and meet people, to be honest. I go to have fun with the people that I'm with. And then it's a benefit if I meet someone nice.
You can still be open to it, right?
Yeah, I can. I am.
I'm going to pick up on something that you've said. You used the word unapproachable about yourself. You also, aligned to that, said that you had resting bitch face. And I want to understand why you think you're unapproachable.
I've been told. Multiple times. I've been told.
Okay. In what way then?
I'm going to give you an example. So I was at a festival in London and this guy, I can't read social cues. I'm just a bit slow. This guy came up to me and was, oh, I really like your piercings. I was like, okay, cool, whatever. And like my friends were like, are you dumb? Like that was his way of saying hello. And I just completely misread the signs. Oh, didn't pick up on it, my bad. So then my friend went to go find him afterwards. And he was like, yeah, well, he didn't really look impressed, to be honest. So I just thought I'd walk off. So I've had a couple of occasions like that.
Well, but to be fair, though, he did approach you.
He did. And Felix, if you're listening to this, I'm very sorry. And I hope you're well and I hope you're safe.
So it's not that you're unapproachable. It's that you're just socially awkward.
Yeah, I am very socially awkward. Very socially awkward.
I totally appreciate that. So it's just recognizing game. No, that I used that badly. That's not the right phrase. I'm only saying that you're socially awkward because I'm socially awkward and I can understand it. So it's okay for me to say, going round in circles, justifying why I've said that. Has the social awkwardness improved since you were 19? Or is it hanging around?
It depends on the circumstances, to be honest. It really depends on the circumstances. I feel like as an awkward and somewhat anxious, not massively, but enough for it to be annoying in the wrong circumstances. It really depends on the day, to be honest. Like there are some days where I feel really sociable. Like because of what I do now, I go to like events and networking stuff, right? And that's like I really enjoy it afterwards, but the anticipation just makes me feel so a certain way. But I feel like I've gone off. Sorry, what was your question again?
What was my question again? Oh,
has it
socially
improved?
awkwardness. Has it improved? Yeah, yeah.
It has improved. I will never approach anyone I fancy because I'm just too awkward. I can't do it, and I wish I could. I remember I was talking to some people about this actual event in particular. I was really stressed about. I was talking to them about it, and I was like, I just can't go up to guys I fancy. I just find it too awkward. Like, and I'm so fearful of like rejection and like shame that I'm just like no. But then like my friends will say to me like, you're not like a weirdo. Do you know what I mean? They would just politely be like,
well, that's borderline.
So they people are very much like, no one would be like, oh, what the fuck, what a creep. They'd be like, oh, well, I'm not feeling it. Sorry, but nice to meet you. You know, people aren't really meaning like queer spaces usually.
Yeah.
Usually, I mean, there have been times where I've been like, okay, but like usually people are quite pleasant. I would say so.
Yeah. So what's holding you back?
I don't know, to be honest. I don't know. I might go out this weekend in London, so maybe I'll try there.
Should we role play? We could practice. We can get you ready.
Go on.
Okay. So I'm like standing on the bar. I am just like watching the dance floor. I'm being a bit of a like judgmental.
Well, why are you not dancing? That's already put me off.
I'm having a break from dancing.
Okay.
I'm watching the dance floor. They're playing an Ariana Grande song, and I don't like Ariana Grande, so why would I dance to that?
Oh, God forbid. Okay.
So I'm standing here and I'm watching the dance floor. Go.
I have to approach you initially, right?
Yeah. That's the whole point. Yeah, we're getting you ready. Yeah.
Right. Oh, I just don't know what I would say. I actually don't know what I would say. What do you like? Do you know what? I was so bad at drama in school. I actually wanted to be an actor at one point, and now I think, how the hell could you have done that? Okay, right, all right. Set the scene. Right.
Yep, cool. All right. Okay. So I'm like having fun. I've got a smile on my face. I'm open to the universe, standing here by the bar. Go.
Hey, how's it going? Oh, I actually hate my own voice. Right. Okay. Hey, how's it going?
Good, thanks. How are you? How's your evening?
Better now I'm talking to you. No, I would never. You know, I would never say that. I would never. And if someone said that to me, I would actually scream. Do you know what though? I kind of enjoy sometimes how the music is so loud you have to scream at someone. That kind of helps me a little bit.
Does it? Oh, because it works against me because I'm so soft-spoken that people can't hear what I'm saying, and then I have to just give up.
No, I quite enjoy it because then sometimes they misinterpret it as well, and sometimes it can be received better than what I expected. Like I'm sure there are times where I've said something and it hasn't meant to be as forward, and they've like taken that the wrong way.
Well, let's see then. Why don't you experiment when you go out this weekend? Just go up to someone and say unintelligible things, but just make noises in the loud bar and see whether they just politely nod and go along with it.
Okay.
That would be a good experiment.
I'll let you know how it goes.
Or, like, if you are going to use cheesy pickup lines, fully lean in, okay? Because I can see that working if you'd just done it with a bit more panache.
Question then, are you a fan of pickup lines? Because they don't work on me.
Well, I don't think anyone's a fan of pickup lines, but if someone was so committed to it, I would probably give them the benefit of the doubt.
Okay, cool. I wouldn't, but cool.
Okay, so we talked about anticipation. We talked about getting ready to go there. Let's talk about your memories from first stepping in to that space.
Oh my God, I have such... Actually, no, okay, let me tell you how I feel. I have a funny story about it. Actually, I felt very excited. The staff there were really friendly, really kind. I saw a drag queen, which was really fun because I've never really been exposed to that before, which was great. They were selling like shots like the size of my fist for like £1. I have quite big fists. But no, I was just really excited. I was really excited. I remember actually getting like agitated in the queue because I just wanted to like be on the dance floor.
Aww. Oh,
Yeah.
that's just like triggered a memory of how annoying it is when you're in the queue waiting to get into the club and a song that you like comes on.
Yeah.
That's like agony.
Happens all the time. I hate it. I'm like, please just put it on pause for like 20 seconds.
Or play the extended mix so that by the time I'm in there,
It's never
still
extended
going.
though, is it? Like you get to the chorus and maybe like half of the following verse and then like it's like cut. So
Faded out.
annoying.
Oh, that's so annoying.
I hate it. Give me the full song. I'm so happy to hear the full song in the club.
So mild agitation in the queue. You get in. What happens on that night?
It was pretty standard. Like nothing like crazy happened. Do you know what? Like whenever I go to Plush, or went to Plush, nothing crazy ever happens to me. Like my friends have these mad stories of where they've gone for like 20 minutes and oh, guess what's just happened? I'm like, oh, what? That doesn't happen to me. I'm like just an observer. So I've never really had like any like crazy chaotic stories. I just go and I hear Katy Perry and I get really excited. That's my thing.
Okay, before I judge you, which Katy Perry song are you excited about?
What Katy Perry song? Do you know? Probably like Last Friday Night. TGIF. Yeah, Last Friday Night. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really know that one. Anyway, well, so why then do adventures never happen to you?
Do you know what, right? I feel like they're pending. I feel like my like crazy adventures are like pending. I think they're going to. I'm planning to move next year. So between like the ages of like 25 and like 27, I think is when they're going to happen.
Well, you're only limiting it to 2 years.
So like I'm low-key an old man and like I can just like I like get tired very easily. So I feel like I'll go crazy for like a year and a half and then I'll be like, okay, clubbing's not for me.
I love that you've already planned this. You've already charted it out. Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I am that person, yeah. I will literally it will get to like 12:30 and I'm like, oh my god, I am exhausted, my eyes are closing. We went out in Brixton, right? It started at 10. Well, no, we met at like 6, but the event started at 10. My mate was like, we will not be here till the end, don't worry. It gets to like midnight. I said to my friend, I was like, mate, I'm exhausted. I actually can't keep my eyes open. I made it to about 4:45. I said to my mate, I was like, look, like, meet me wherever you need to meet me, but I need to sit down. I'm just, yeah, the clubbing life's not for me. But hey, if there's someone that looks like Daniel Kaluuya or like Michael B. Jordan or Chris Brown, then I can stay for a bit longer. But if not, I'm going to have to cut it.
Okay, you can stay a bit longer, but you're not going to actually approach them and have a conversation with them. Is that right?
I'm just really hoping they'll approach me. Because once you've approached me, I know you're interested. Therefore, my like resting bitch face and my barriers come down. I'm very open to like to having a conversation once you've approached me.
But what signals are you putting out in order for them to feel confident to approach you?
Literally none, to be honest. Which is why I really respect it when it does happen. Because it's fair play, mate. You've got bigger balls than me.
Okay, so I just want to get this straight. Well, straight, that's not the right word. I want to be clear on this. So you are the person who stands back when you're in the club. You are the kind of person that's ready to go home at midnight, but you're also the person that's telling me that you're going to have massive, massive adventures for 2 years starting next year. How is that going to happen?
I'm willing to change. I'm very conscious that my behavior needs to.
It doesn't need to. It doesn't have to.
I think it should. I think my behavior has been recommended to transition in some sorts in order to.
Well, who's recommended this?
Myself.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I'm like, your friends can't bully you, even though I'm here bullying you right now.
It's okay. It's okay. No, but then it's difficult, you know, because I do think there are so many situations where like I've had people approach me and like because I'm quite an awkward person, I just think people are taking the piss. Aww. I remember this one guy came up to me once, right? And I was with my female friend and I thought he was into her. We were actually at Pride, to be fair, so I should have known that it was for me. And he literally looked like a surfer dude. He was absolutely gorgeous. He was so beautiful. And I remember he didn't really say anything. He was just dancing next to him. I thought, nah, you're taking the piss, mate. You're taking the piss. You're done out. And my mate afterwards was like, what is wrong with you? Like, just take the hint. I think that comes with insecurities, though. which I can admit. So.
So how are we going to address these insecurities by next year? And why am I talking about this as though it's my thing?
Do you have any suggestions?
Okay, so my suggestion is you've got to stretch that muscle. So it's not going to just happen magically where you're going to suddenly be like, oh yeah, brilliant, I'm just going to go and talk to people. You have to set yourself small goals in order to build up more and more courage to get to that point. Because I think there's a risk if you just go full hog, something will go bad, something will go wrong, and then you'll retract and never want to do it again. But if you do the small little bits that are going to help you build your muscles, help you figure out that actually it's not as scary as you think it is, then you can just do it. Or, just throw yourself in the deep end. I don't know. I don't really know what I'm talking about.
I'm going to try the first idea. I'll try the first idea. I can't throw it all in the deep end. I've got too much anxiety for that, but we'll try the first thing, I think. It's one of those things I just need to put into practice. Tell you what, I'm actively going to remind myself to let you know how this goes on the weekend. Sunday morning, I'll be led in bed. Like, oh, yo, this happened, da-da-da. Thank you for the words of encouragement.
Should I send you like some kind of report card? So you could be like, number of conversations started, number of...
If it works, it works. If you want to.
Number of compliments given. Oh yeah, we can set targets. Okay, I'm very target driven. I'm taking over here. This is not right. I should
Someone's got to push me.
You should push yourself, or you should be gentle on yourself.
I should push myself.
Who the hell am I?
Let's find a midpoint.
Who cares what I have to say? So that first night wasn't massively eventful in terms of adventures that you got up to.
No, not really.
But how did it change your outlook knowing that that place existed and that you could go there again?
It made me feel safe. It made me feel like I had some sort of unity, community. There aren't many places where I can enter and I can feel 100% myself with no shame or I don't have guilt about anything, to be honest, apart from the bad things I've done, but not about how I identify, but like no shame about how, I don't know, how I am. So I feel like it made me quite optimistic about knowing I have a facility which I can go to on the regular. And I feel like queer clubs have this really good characteristic of escapism, in the sense that I feel like I can put my troubles aside for a few hours at least and just kind of get lost in the moment, especially when I'm with people that I care about.
I know it's only 5 years. It's not a very long time, but I want you to think back on Jord at that time and imagine that you have an opportunity to have a conversation with him and give him some advice. What would you say?
Oh, don't be so stubborn, man. Don't be so stubborn. Smile more. Be more conscious with your surroundings. Try not to be so naive. And be kind to yourself. You're so cruel to yourself and it's so unnecessary. Give yourself a break, man. Do you know what I mean? You're a kind person. You're just... Give yourself a bit more kindness. That's my main thing. You're so hard on yourself. You're so unnecessary.
And if you were going to give yourself advice today, the you of today, if you were going to give the you of today some advice, what would it be? And would it be any different?
I'm kinder to myself, but not fully. I'm not patient, though. I'm not patient, which can, correlate with kindness to an extent. So my main thing, right here, right now, is to be more patient with every aspect of my life, with career, financial, relationship, mental stability, all of that. I might be patient with progress. That's my main thing here and now. I think the idea of patience is what kind of keeps me sane. If I didn't have the mentality of being patient and manifestation, I probably would be a bit... I wouldn't be in the position I am today. I would have gone mad, to be honest. I want to emphasize the importance of patience. That's my main thing.
And can I pick up on one word you used, which is stubborn? How does that manifest?
You're very good at this. How does stubbornness manifest? I guess rejection. rejection and failure. I don't want to make it a race thing again, but it kind of is, to be honest. Because 5 years ago, even less than it is now, there weren't many like black boys doing queer roles which weren't like demonized or like villainized. Well, my mentality was like, well, no one's gonna like me. Do you know what I mean? No one's gonna like F with me. No one's gonna like want to like do whatever with me. That was my thing, you know. So I was quite angry at myself for quite a long time. I've only like recently, in the last like year and a half, where I've like truly like felt full acceptance. But prior to that, it's just been like, oh well, like the world's so against me. But then I do believe everything happens for a reason. But no, I think yes, stubbornness has been manifested to be like my idea of being rejected and my insecurities and yada yada yada. Yeah.
What? So if I'm impenetrable and if people can't get through to me, then they can't reject me.
Yeah, you worded that very well. But I'm changing. I wouldn't say I'm like that now.
Do you have any memories of the Plush Lounge or clubbing from your own scene that you want to share? Well, if you do, get in touch. I mean, it's that straightforward, right? I want to create the biggest online record of people's memories and stories of queer clubbing, but I can't do it alone. I need your help. Go to lostspacespodcast.com, find the section, share a lost space, and then tell me all about what it is you got up to. I would love to hear from you. And if you don't have a lost space, but you still want to get in touch and you still want to just shoot the shit, why not find me on Facebook or Instagram, where my handle is Lost Spaces Pod. Find out more about Jord by listening to his podcast, The Winning Side, or following him on Instagram at Jord Hailwood. If you like this episode, I would really appreciate if you took the time to subscribe, leave a review on your podcast platform, or just tell other people who you think might be interested in giving it a little listen too. My name is Kay Anderson, and you have been listening to Lost Spaces.